Amid the arid Savo grasslands, the early morning sun casts a golden glow over the cracked grass and dusty soil shimmering in the wind. The large herd of elephants moved slowly along the dry streambed, each heavy step imprinting deep into the sunburnt ground. A curious baby elephant crept away, engrossed in exploring the smell of dry grass and the chirping of cicadas on the bank. From afar, two lionesses were hiding in the grass, their eyes following the lost little animal. They came closer, the air suddenly tensed, the grass swayed gently in the dry breeze that passed by. The baby elephant cried out in fear, its legs trembling as it retreated, the sound echoing far and wide in the quiet space. From afar, the mother elephant heard the cry, turned her head, and her huge body immediately rushed forward in the bright dust. It stretched its trunk high, emitting a deep sound that made space seem to stop for a moment. The two lions paused and retreated, leaving the silent savanna with two elephants in the early morning sun. The baby elephant collapsed, breathing heavily, its front legs weak from hitting the hard ground as it ran. The mother elephant bent down, gently touched her trunk to her baby's head, and let out a low, worried roar. She tried to lift her child up, but her trembling little legs could not hold her up, making her heart ache. The warm red afternoon light covered the two bodies. The scene became quiet in the middle of the dry yellow grassland. Night fell, mother elephant stood beside her baby, her eyes shining with determination in the starry darkness. The next morning, while the dew was still on the grass, the mother elephant wrapped her trunk around her baby and decided to seek out humans. It remembered the direction of the red dirt road where the sound of the patrol rangers' engines had echoed. Step by step, it moved forward, its breath mingling with the wind, dust flying behind its huge, mighty figure. On the road connecting Savo and Makinda village, the morning mist was thin, the space was quiet and cool. An old truck driven by farmer Joseph Mwangi passed by, its wheels rolling slowly across the ground. Joseph suddenly saw a giant elephant in the distance, its light reflecting on its gray skin sparkling in the morning sun. He braked, his heart beating fast as he realized the mother elephant was approaching, followed by a baby elephant lying still. The mother elephant showed no signs of aggression, just bowed her head low, her eyes shining as if looking for help. Joseph observed closely and realized that the baby elephant was weak, its legs were curled up, its body covered with a thin layer of dirt. He picked up the phone and called the Savo Ranger Station, his voice trembling. "There is an elephant in need of help, come now." While waiting, he kept silent, just opened the car door a bit, observing the touching scene in the middle of nature. The mother elephant stood still, occasionally touching the ground with her trunk, as if waiting for something from humans. Half an hour later, the sound of a jeep rang out, the dust and smoke fading in the bright morning light. Leading the charge was veteran ranger David Okoro, followed by experienced veterinarian Amina Ndlovu. They got out of the car, moved slowly, their voices low, their hands lowered to show safety and goodwill. The mother elephant was alert for a moment, then realizing there was no threat, she gradually calmed down under the gentle gaze. Amina walked closer to the baby elephant, looked at the wound, and realized it only had a minor sprain in its leg. She said softly, "It's not serious, just fix it and rest, it will be fine soon." David nodded, signaling to prepare a tarp and a special vehicle to take the baby elephant to the ranger station. The mother elephant stood beside her, watching her every move, her ears flapping in the breeze, her eyes filled with worry. As they lifted the baby elephant onto the tarpaulin, the mother elephant approached, gently touching her trunk as if checking for her baby's safety. The truck started, dust flying behind it, the mother elephant trumpeted softly and walked slowly behind. People on both sides of the road stopped, moved to see the strange scene in the middle of the vast grassland. The news spread quickly, and the photo of the mother elephant pleading for help was widely shared throughout Kenya. At the ranger station, the gate opened wide and the rescue team allowed the mother elephant to follow so that her baby would feel safe. Baby elephants are placed in a covered cage with clean, dry straw floors and carefully prepared water and food. Amina disinfected and bandaged the leg, injected painkillers, then stood still and watched the breathing gradually become steady. The mother elephant stood outside the fence, her eyes never leaving her baby, occasionally gently moving her trunk through the gap as if to touch it. At night, the station was quiet, with only the slow breathing of two giant creatures in the peaceful space. That night, the bright moonlight reflected on the silver-gray skin, the soft light like a comfort from nature. The next morning, the baby elephant moved better, ate some banana branches, and its eyes were clear again. Amina smiled and said softly to David, "Motherly love always brings unexpected miracles." On the third day, the baby elephant stood up, its legs shaking but keeping its balance, making everyone happy. David recorded in his rescue diary that this moment marked the rebirth of a small creature. The mother elephant roared deeply, her ears flapping, as if responding to the joy of the people around her. Sunlight shone through the acacia trees, reflecting on the wrinkled skin, making the scene as brilliant as a living painting. 5 days later, Dr. Amina confirmed that the baby elephant had recovered and was able to walk normally without support. That morning, the station opened, and David and the rangers took mother and child out to the open grassland. The mother elephant gently pushed her baby with her trunk, encouraging it to step into the sunlight, its legs stronger than ever. The baby elephant trumpeted softly, its sound echoing across the green grassland, like a silent thank you to its benefactor. The whole team stood still, eyes filled with tears. No one spoke, only the sound of the wind blowing through the dry trees could be heard. David looked at Amina and said softly, "This is why we believe in this work." Amina nodded, her smile gentle, her eyes shining with pride and deep happiness. The mother and baby elephants walked gradually into the distance, their gray shadows blending into the yellow of the vast grassland. In the sky, flocks of small birds flew around, the morning light reflected like sparkling broken glass. News of the rescue was recorded in Savo's diary, as a symbol of interspecies love. Everyone who witnessed that day understood that sometimes kindness does not need words, just sincere trust. In the afternoon, the sunlight touched the horizon, the wind gently shook the grass, everything returned to peace as if it had never changed. David closed his diary, smiling as he looked into the distance, where the two elephants were disappearing into the glowing sunset. Amina turned and whispered, "Nature always knows how to repay, if we live with kindness and respect." The two quietly left the field, leaving behind a warm story that everyone will tell forever. On the vast Savo plain, the sunset reflects on the golden dust, where motherly love and human heart become one. And from that day on, every time the herd of elephants passed by, people remembered the magical story of that pure love.